Messages from Shaltazar. Love is who you are. Greetings, dear ones. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Baninu, the energy of 33, the master teacher. Take a deep breath, and yet another deep breath. Feel us, for we are with you now and forever. There is no need to seek. There is no need to want. There is no need to desire. And although we have told you before that you are programmed to want, you are programmed to desire. You are programmed to look endlessly for more. You do not have to be in that place of yearning always. So for a moment, give up the searching. Give up the seeking. Give up the looking for more. And just come and rest with us for a moment. Life on your planet in these times of great potential for change can make you weary. We invite you to sit with us for a moment and let go of the weariness. Let go of the struggle. Let go of the suffering. Just be fully in this moment, and you may come to understand as this moment moves to the next moment that if you are not focusing on the limitation of time, you may realize that they are not separate moments, but they are one moment that goes on and on. The ongoing moment is the unity consciousness that we have spoken about. Rest here for a moment in the unity consciousness and realizing that the passing of time is merely a limitation of your dimensionality. As you allow yourself to simply be, you may notice that many of your restrictions and limitations simply float away. Learn to be unto yourself true. Find your essence, for it is implanted in your DNA. And yes, we hear you shout out, we have looked for our authentic self. We have looked for our passion. We have looked for our purpose, and it is not easy to find. And we would say to you, because you are looking in the wrong place, you are looking in your human constructs. You are looking in the mind. You are looking within the limitations of the four-dimensional world. Set yourself free and move above while looking below. Let go of all that restricts you. Let go of control and float above while looking below. Realize that you are spirit incarnate in human form. Your human lifetime experience serves such a greater purpose than what you may think. If you could connect to that higher purpose, you could realize that you serve the higher realms in every decision and every choice that you make. We invite you to stop taking life so seriously and realize that as opposed to what many tell you, the institutions, the families, your conditioned beliefs, there is no right and there is no wrong from the Source's perspective. You are loved by the Source always and forever. Forgive yourself for the choices you made that you did not think worked out. Forgive yourself for the indiscretions. Forgive yourself for what you think you did wrong. Let go of self-judgment and find the love that is within every cell of your body. There is no need to try as hard as you are trying. There is no need to push as hard as you are pushing. All you need do is surrender and learn to love yourself more fully. Realize that everything you do, every action that you take, every thought that you have, every feeling that you feel need not be taken as seriously as you do. Begin to appreciate your life in its wholeness and in its completeness. Stop looking at the minutiae and stop looking at every move, every decision separately, and realize they come together as a whole. All of the things that you are, all of your choices, all of your decisions make you the complete person you are. Begin to focus more on your wholeness and less on the separate parts of you. Such is life for each of the over 7.5 billion people on your planet. Are not their individual decisions, their individual actions, their individual thinking. No, they too, like you, are an entire human life, a complete human life. And together, when you add all of the complete human lives on your planet, you have the unity of human life. And when you add all of the other aspects of life on your planet, they add yet another facet to life. And when you go out beyond your planet into the cosmos, all of the components of life combined together create the wholeness of life, the completeness of life. And that, our human brothers and sisters, is what the Source is. The Source, in simplest terms, is the completeness of everything that lives, everything that exists. That is the Source, the All. Everything that was ever created is loved by the Source. And we realize it is difficult for you to comprehend such a power, such an entity, such a magnanimous force. But we would ask you to simply know one thing about the Source. You do not have to know the mechanics, the building blocks, the science, or the methodology of how the Source creates and how life expands, for that is too difficult for you to comprehend. But it is vital that you know that the great Creator, God, Yahweh, the All, the One, the Source, is love. And yet, so many of you on planet Earth at this time feel unloved, feel afraid. You are scared, and that is because you are not allowing the love of Source to come forth within you. You are trying so hard to be in control. So we invite you to let go of control, to simply surrender, and to feel the love of Source. As we have told you in previous messages, the strength, the calibration of love that is being sent to your planet has increased in amplitude. The only dilemma you face is how you can take advantage of this magnified love that is being sent your way. You will not feel it when your mind is so busy scurrying about, trying to figure everything out. But if you simply accepted what is, and you simply opened your heart more fully, you could let the love, the divine love of Source, in to your beingness. What would it feel like to accept the magnanimous gift of divine love? Some of your brothers and sisters have experienced that in what is referred to as a near-death experience. But it is not necessary to have that near-death experience to feel the love of Source in that fashion. So take a deep breath and simply be. Allow your physicality to melt away. Allow yourself to become nothing. Disarm the ego. The sense of self exists no more. You are simply a puddle of love. Imagine that puddle of love as it increases in vibration and changes states from a liquid to a vapor. And that is what you are, a vapor of love particles, minuscule, tiny particles of love, floating in the cosmos, unrestricted and liberated. Simply floating and creating without a care or a trouble or a challenge. And dear ones, let us suggest to you that that is where you came from. That is your source. And if you reverse the process, even your science will tell you that when you slow down the vibration, the vapor will become liquid. And when you slow down the vibration even more, the liquid will become solid. And that is the human body that you are in. Simply put, you are a slower vibrating version of the particles of love, the specks of spirit. That is who you are. And if you could let go of your physicality, if you could let go of the trials and tribulations, of the trivialities of life, you would realize that you are so much more than your physical being. We invite you to connect to that part of you that are the particles of love that you came from. We invite you, without actually doing so, to allow your body to melt into a puddle of liquid, and that liquid to vaporize into particles of love. Allow yourself, while still in physical form, to connect to those particles of love, for they are in every cell of your body. It is time, if you choose, to allow love to lead the way, for love to make the decisions that you struggle with on a daily basis. Simply ask yourself one question when you are faced with a choice or a decision to make, and that question is, what would love do? Allow that question to summon up all the love that is within you. Begin to look at your life from the perspective of love, not of performing, not of trying and pushing, not of judgment, not of right or wrong, but simply love. We have brought you many messages about love lately, and that is because you are on the edge. You are on the precipice of great change upon your planet. And if you want love to be part of that change, each and every one of you, each and every human being upon your planet has to connect to that love and allow that love to be involved in the choices that are being made. From our observation, we would suggest that is not the case as of late. The fear, the apprehension, the doubt, and the worry are what is making a lot of the choices that are happening on your planet as you move through the period of great change. So let us suggest to you that your purpose in life at this moment, at this time, is very singular. And that purpose is to allow love to make more of the choices that are occurring in the now. There are millions, there are billions of choices being made every moment of every day upon your planet. And as we have told you, the energy of the input greatly affects the energy of the output, of the outcome. So if the choices that are being made are coming from fear, apprehension, hate, separateness, doubt, worry, and all the lower and slower emotions that are swirling upon your planet, then the new world order you are creating will not have the foundation that will allow it to expand. But if you can incorporate more love into the decisions, if you can incorporate more love into the choices, then you will build a foundation that resembles the higher realms. In order to do so, it is imperative that you connect to that love that you came from, the authentic you. The real you is love. Love incarnate in human form. However, your human form has accumulated, let us say, some baggage along the way. But the energy of the planet is such that it is now easier to let go of that baggage, to let go of all that has caused you suffering and hardship. Once again, we tell you that love is the answer. Spend time connecting with that love. Spend time getting to know that love, and begin to allow that love to make the choices in your life more of the time. Then you will find that your life and the life on planet Earth will change in a big way. We bring you this message from a place of love, yes, unconditional love, and we hope that our message allows you to realize that love is who you are. We are with you always and forever. Go forth, dear ones. Go forth in love, and you can create heaven on earth.